Is finally that time. After a long winter, eventful winter, we are finally back here at the ballpark. Can you believe it? Old Glory flying on our home field of Coors Field, and my 5th year as the GM of the Colorado Rockies, ready to take charge here. I can't wait personally. I think the moves we made in the offseason were fantastic. I think we are really poised and for real this time. I know it's been a bunch of 60-win seasons with almost 100 losses every year. I think it changes here. It starts off against the Los Angeles Dodgers, a team we've been chasing for years now, and the team we're going to have to beat to get over this hump of being just losers. So let's keep it plain and simple. That's what we've been over the last, 10 years, really, even 5 years before I got here. Here's what our team is projected to do. Nolan Jones expected to have a bounce-back year. Jazz Chisholm expected to lead us in home runs. Stephen Kwan in stolen bases with Nolan Jones. A modest 4.9 WAR. 76 wins, definitely the highest total that we've been projected since I've been here. So clearly everyone believes this is the best team we've had in half a decade plus Colorado baseball. Jesus Luzardo will take the bump to begin things back-to-back years, and I cannot wait to see what he has in store for us this season after a pretty good year last year. Without further ado, let's get going. Jesus Luzardo, 12-12 record, almost 200 innings, a 3.75 ERA, guy who we're paying $12 million a year, and this is a steal for that type of money. And I cannot wait to see what he has in store for us this year. We're taking on the Dodgers and taking on James Outman and company to begin things here. First pitch of our season is on the ground, and we'll get through for a base hit. So one pitch, one base runner already for the Dodgers. They start off with a runner on. Miguel Vargas is going to go right back up the middle again, this time through the legs of Luzardo. And the first two reach for the Dodgers to begin things here. Not the best of starts as we try to rein things in. Get a strikeout of Ohtani here. He goes down swinging on a slider in the outside part of the plate in the other strike zone almost, and that's exactly what you do against those lefties. That slider away. Tommy Domine is going to take it himself to end the inning. Third out goes his way. Not a clean inning, but an inning that does not surrender a single run as Luzardo gets out of the two runners on to begin his season. Bottom of the first, Rockies' first hacks coming up. They'll be taking those hacks on probably the most talented baseball player ever, Shohei Ohtani. 162 innings last year, striking out about 22% of batters. He's looking for another great year with the bat and the arm. And he has to face off against a new leadoff hitter, Stephen Kwan. Kwan pops this up, and Ohtani welcomes him to the NL West. One down to begin the day for the Rockies. Here's how the batting lineup looks for Colorado as Adele Amador goes down swinging on the splitter, one of Ohtani's nastiest pitches, and he has a whole arsenal of them. And Nolan Jones beats the sinker into the ground and will beat the infield for a single. Nolan Jones, some speed on the base paths now, is again one of the more athletic guys in the league, especially for his size and stature. Jazz Chisholm can't do the same thing, but on the other side of the diamond, he will ground out. Fastball, middle. Hit it hard, but didn't get any elevation on it, and will be the third out. Dodgers Rockies scoreless through the first time. Alejandro Kirk leads us off, and it'd be a swinging strike three on a curveball outside of the zone. It was never a strike, but that's a good pitch nonetheless. See how it happened. Fastball outside, slider outside, then that circle change outside. So it wasn't the curveball, it was the circle change. Get some swinging. Donkeil Fernandez opens up our inning with a strikeout himself. Swings over the top of the cutter. Drew Romo is going to watch that one by. It'll be the first base runner for the Rockies, or second base runner for the Rockies as he gets on via the walk. Stephen Kwan trying to do some damage and keep this inning going. 0 for 1 against Shohei so far. Romo on first. First pitch to Kwan. Is beaten to the ground. This will be a double play. Kwan does have some speed, but not quick enough. And that will do it. Another scoreless inning for the Rockies. Top four now. Jesus Luzardo trying to get Shohei to ground out. He will. Good play by Nolan Jones to stretch out and toss that one over. Lando Arcia now. He's going to send this one high, deep in the air. Chisholm ranging back, and that one is gone. Orlando Arcia, former Brave, now manning shortstop for the Dodgers. Breaks this scoreless tie, 0-0, makes it a 1-0 Dodgers lead. Didn't hit this one too terribly far, didn't need to, however. 387, still a good, decent-sized home run. And that will give the Dodgers the first run of their ball game. Alejandro Kirk will fly out to Stephen Kwan, and that will do it for the inning. Orlando Arcia laying into one. And a mistake by Luzardo results in a 1-0 Dodgers lead halfway through 4 innings. Adael Amador will lead things off. Strikeout victim his first time up. He swung over the top of a splitter. He'll get that run right back. How about that? Adael Amador in the third deck. Absolutely smoked it. That's how you hit a home run in Coors. 460. How about that? 109 off the bat. One of the best pitchers in the league. Getting taken deep. Adael Amador had some good years, but has yet to really put up that all-star caliber campaign, and this might be the start of one for him. That one was crushed. 1-1 game now. Jazz Chisholm gonna join the show? Yes, he will. About the same spot as Amador hit his. A slider, 456, 108.5, so 2 feet shorter, about 0.3 miles per hour softer, but basically identical home runs for our two of our star players, Jazz Chisholm in left field, Adael Amador at second base. And getting to Ohtani and taking that lead from the Dodgers. It's 2-1 now, Colorado. Look at that. Majestic beauty. Yanquiel Fernandez can't make it 3 this inning. He swings over the top of the splitter. The second time Ohtani's gotten one off the splitter this game. And Ezekiel Tovar grounds it over to third base on the way to Dalton Rushing. And that will be it. So 2 long balls for the Rockies. 2 runs for them. We're through 4, and they have the lead thanks to Jazz and Adael. Matt Vierling, he's been a very, very underrated acquisition for the Dodgers from, I think, Detroit via Philadelphia, potentially. Either way, it's going to be a triple for him. Hit that one hard, but had enough hang time for him to scoop all the way around the bases to third. Now a runner in scoring position with no outs for this good Dodgers offense without Freddie Freeman, but still a pretty good offense. Some of those top prospects we've heard about for years have finally come up, especially Dalton Rushing, and he will get the Dodgers on the board again and tie things up. Getting to Luzardo here, just softly right back up the middle. They were playing deep on him. He does have some pop potential. Former catcher moved to first base to just mesh with the roster a little bit better, replace Freddie Freeman. Trey Sweeney hits it out in front of Zach Veen. I don't think it'll be enough to score Rushing. He's actually going to try for it. Amador not in time, so Rushing, no hesitation, went all the way around. A good relay, but not in time as Trey Sweeney and Dalton Rushing tied the game, then take the lead on back-to-back pitches. This one just sauced right into that corner, banging around by the wall there. And the Dodgers take that lead right back. Shohei Ohtani will add to it 3-2. 2 outs, 1 strike from getting away from the inning. And Shohei says, now we're going to add another one onto it. 3 runs scored so far in the 5th. Shohei getting that 3rd run across and making it a 4-2 ball game. Colorado now trailing. Mookie Betts will not get the fourth run over as he will ground out to Amador. But what an inning for the Dodgers. We just mentioned their offense is still good. Missing some pieces. No Will Smith. No Freddie Freeman. But still a really, really, really good offense. In the bottom of the frame now, Drew Romo at the plate almost gets plunked by the slurve. Runner advances on the wild pitch. So now a runner in scoring position for Romo. He's going to swing over the top of that pitch, just filthy, and ties up Drew. Stephen Kwan trying to make his first big impact play as a member of the Rockies, and he'll still have to wait for it. As into right field, Mookie Betts back out in right field now. Just, again, another one of those versatile players and moving around to make the roster a little more cohesive. Puts it away. We know how good he is out there in right field. And Matt Vierling got the triple. Here's the home run. The two hardest parts of the cycle completed, and we're in the sixth. And that is going to extend this lead. 390, first of the year for Vierling on opening day. And absolutely tattooed that one. Not as hardly hit as the two from the Rockies we saw earlier, but does the job. 2-run shot. It's 6-2, and that will be the day for Jesus Luzardo. We're going to turn it over to the bullpen, and it's going to be Gabe Spire, former Mariner, going to come on here and try to keep this game at bay. 50 innings pitched last year, 3.61 ERA. Domine getting up there, flashing the leather, and now we're halfway through 6. And this was the highlight of the inning. Yes, I love our regional sports network. This is the play that we should be tuning into. Domine up and gets it for the third out. Jazz is going to sauce this one into right field. Mookie Betts fields it, and no testing the arm of Mookie. So 2 on and some potential danger for the Dodgers. Runners off on a 3-2 count. Tovar into center field, but lazily hit, and that will do it for the inning. So can't capitalize on a few runners getting on, and that will do it for the sixth. Time ticking on. The Rockies have yet to get anything going since those 2 home runs in the fourth. Jimmy Herget, another free agent signing we had. Not the best guy. We're thinking we can recoup some of that value. 4.13 ERA and just 28 innings pitched last season. Spent some time with the Braves, some times with the Angels, and we wish he was still on either of those teams. First pitch or second out in the 7th inning, Mookie Betts says, "Hello, Mr. Herget. Welcome to the NL West," and it's 7-2 as the Dodgers look like they are going to be winning here on opening day. Smack that one, and it'll be 7-2. Orlando Arcia next pitch for Herget. And this one's high. This one's deep. Chisholm ranging back. He'll stop in front of the wall and put it away. So 2 pitches thrown by Jimmy Herget. Both of them absolutely crushed. One of them over the wall. The other one flirted with it. And that is going to do it here for the top half of the 7th. Drew Romo getting a run back. Nick Frasso in the fray now. Shohei has gotten chased out of this game, and Drew Romo happy about that. Struck out to Ohtani and now takes this one deep the opposite way. Frasso, one of those guys who throws extremely hard. Romo just getting the bat head out there, letting the pitcher do the work on that one. 416. Not the sharpest hit ball we've seen today, but that one just kept carrying and carrying. 7-3 now. Rockies still trail. But they're not giving up. Amador! Again, a second one for number 2. And that one, second deck. This one was absolutely pulverized. 460. Over 900 feet of Amador home runs here on opening day. 103 off the bat. Look at this one fly. And this is the bat that we were hoping to get. Could be one of the best offensive second basemen in the league. Bat similar to Ozzie Albies, has some pop, will hit in that 260, 280 range, and will just be an overall great bat at second base. And they have seen enough of Frasso. They're going to get Aniel De Los Santos, the guy who's haunted us with his time at the Padres. Yanquiel Fernandez laces this one, and that one's gone. The Colorado Rockies storming back. It's a one-run game. Yanquiel 104 even off the bat. He's very familiar with De Los Santos, and he takes him deep. One-run game, 7-6 now. As the Rockies, they did not hear a bell. Yanquiel going to left center field, 431, a laser beam out of here. Veen gets a middle fastball. Jonathan Loaizaga in now, third pitcher of the inning in the bottom of the eighth, and that will do it. Rockies storming back. You have one more chance to take this lead. We'll see if they can win it in extras or in the bottom of the ninth on opening day. That's how they're going to have to do it. Alex Hardesty in now, blowing 99 past James Outman for the second out of the inning. And Miguel Vargas 3-2 count. Top nine is frozen. 99, top of the zone. Hardesty keeping things at bay. Romo, Kwan, Amador due here in the ninth. Steven Kwan, he's up, and here's that moment we were talking about. Jojo Romero comes in to close things out, and Steven Kwan, introduce yourself to the Rockies faithful. 434 ties it up in the ninth. Coming back, the Rockies last year were the Rock-Offs. This year, they're continuing that trend. They have just not given up at all. And this is so much fun. Last year, we had all these comebacks. We had all these extra innings, late inning heroics, but just couldn't sustain it. Didn't have the talent to sustain it over a 162-game pace. But Steven Kwan being mixed into the fold, all the pitchers we have in the fold, this could be the team built for these kind of moments. And Kwan going liftoff. Amador, he's going to take a break from hitting home runs and just trot over to first base this time. And with 2 outs, Jazz Chisholm gets a pitch to mash, but lefty on lefty, he's not great hitting lefties, and he'll pop this one up. Steven Kwan, $11 million a year, $11 million spent well for that swing alone. 7 runs, 11 hits for both sides here as we head into the 10th. Shohei Ohtani is going to get this one by Jazz Chisholm, and just like that, run's going to come across the score. Bo Brisky in now, a Rule 5 draft pick from Detroit, as Ohtani takes the lead right back. Brisky, however, gets out of the inning after allowing no one else on base, but Shohei Ohtani, one big hit. Got one. You would like to see them get 2 if you're a Dodgers fan at least. This one roped Yanquiel Fernandez. 117 off the bat, but that is the hardest hit ground out you might ever see. Tovar back up the middle. This one, tough play for Arcia, who just overruns it a bit. And that's going to keep things even here. Tommy Domine laces a knuckle curve left high. This could be it. Tovar is going to round. This ball will drop. Mookie gets to it. Tovar on the way to home. Tommy Domine is your hero. The Rockies come back and win on opening day. This team is different, and they showed it here on the first day of the season. Down 7-2. Started with a Drew Romo home run. Got a home run by Yanquiel Fernandez. A long ball by Steven Kwan. At least 5 home runs hit today. 6 hit today. What a game by the Rockies. Mashing the ball, pulverizing the ball. Bullpen came out. Only allowed 2 runs the rest of the way. And we come back and beat arguably the best team in the league. to start off our season. This is awesome. Amador wins player of the game with his 2 home runs. Here's what the box score looked like. 12 hits for the Dodgers. Shohei did some damage. Arcia did some damage. Vierling did a bunch of damage. Mookie, Arcia, and Vierling going yard. Shohei 2 runs in 5 2/3 innings. And the bullpen shaky for the Dodgers. Kwan, this huge hit. Amador, Jones, and Chisholm all had 2 hits in the middle of that lineup, and then 2 hits in the bottom of the lineup for Domine. Home runs by Kwan, Romo, 2 from Amador, Yanquiel, and Jazz had 1 apiece. And the bullpen, 1 earned run through the remainder of that game after Luzardo was chased early. We won the next day against the Dodgers, and we're showing Game 3 because it's James Mora who is making his Major League debut, and spoiler alert, it did not go well. He was number 4 overall pick for us, our first round pick last season out of the University of Michigan, and a guy who we just thought was so ready, had a great spring, and we decided, you know what, this is his time, and we're going to just let him rock. And get rocked, he did. 2 hits given up. That's the one thing. He does give up a bunch of hits. He strikes out a bunch of guys, doesn't allow home runs, doesn't allow walks, but these rinky-dink hits are his kryptonite. He'll sacrifice a run for 2 outs here as Ohtani grounds into a double play. But Mora, did not have the best day on the bump here. Again, hit around in the first inning. Was drafted 4th out of Michigan, like we said. And really the big thing about him was just missing spots, especially with 2 strikes. He's a guy that once you get those 2 strikes on him, he's hard to get by. But chalk it up to first game jitters, chalk it up to high expectations, chalk it up to a really good team he was facing. But just he was missing spots with 2 strikes, which was the key here. That was the main focus. You would get those 2 strikes. You thought, all right, you can put them away. You have some, ability to play around with a hitter here. But guys were jumping on him early as well. It was just a big mixture of BABIP luck, or bad BABIP luck, BABIP unluck, if you will, which happens. It's going to happen to guys, especially guys who. He's weird. He's a pitch-to-contact guy, but he's also a strikeout guy. He just has a very weird profile, but we think he will play as Matt Vierling takes him deep here. And it's going to be 3-0 Dodgers before he even gets 4 outs. But he was getting he was getting rocked as well. It wasn't just like rinky dink hits here, there, the other way. He gave up some home runs. He gave up some extra base hits, as you saw just there. The plan for him was just to let him work. We felt he was more ready day 1 as Mookie Betts now terrorizes him, and already 5 runs given up here in the 3rd. He felt that you take Garcia, White, and Leonard, the 3 super high-profile picks that we've taken in the previous drafts. We thought he was better out of the box than those guys. Neither of those guys started out day 1 in the major leagues. Took, I think, Bobby White a year and a half to get there. It took Bud Leonard a full year to get there. It took Garcia half a year, so I guess the next logical step would be just right away give it to Mora. But we think he can be maybe the best guy out of this bunch. But we are not going to say that with Bud Leonard being as good as he is, and is what it is. We think he's going to be very, 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 very good. And again, take into account, just the team he's going against. This is a very good Dodgers team. Very tough lineup to have your first game against. This is a player with high expectations. His first ever major league outing. We kind of threw him to the wolves a little bit, so my bad. But also we just thought he was ready for it. Gave up a single here to James Outman. Now 6 runs given up, and we're still in the top of the 4th inning. Overall in this start, as it's coming to a close pretty shortly, he went 4+ innings. He did not get out of the 5th inning. He just did not have the juice. Already 9 hits given up. He gives it one more, and spoiler alert, it's a big home run. So you'll see it right here. Yeah, and I'm not going to get on a guy for giving up a home run to Shohei Ohtani. That was the last batter he faced. Ohtani beat him a couple times and capped it off there. Went 4 innings, got the loss, 10 hits given up, only 1 strikeout. Didn't walk anyone, though. Gave up 7 earned runs, 3 home runs, and that was a day for Mora, and we hope that he has better starts down the road. We're going to give him some time to work things out. We trust what this guy has to bring. He's going to be a very good Colorado Rocky. Marco Garcia came in to finish things out, and that is what we got. Here we are taking on the Rays. Garcia back in here. Made the opening day roster. We threw him in the bullpen. And Garcia trying to get out of this jam. No outs, 2 runners on. Down by or up by 1, trying to preserve the lead here against Tampa Bay. We walk Carson Williams, brings up Rene Pinto. Going to take a changeup on the outside here. We've had a very successful start to our season, and we're trying to pull off this win. Amador is going to field it off the tough bounce, and Tovar will complete the double play with Domine, and that is how you do it. That does not happen if you don't intentionally walk Williams to get to this moment. He trusted the pitching of Garcia against the poor bat of Rene Pinto, and it works out. Garcia still back out there, and old friend Brenton Doyle is going to fly out to right field. So remember, we traded Doyle to Tampa Bay in the offseason, and it's Juan Guerrero, the super utility guy, making the first 2 outs of the 9th inning. As Garcia still out there, we're going to let him work. Why not? Oswaldo Cabrera is the last guy he'll face. 98 on the outside black. Garcia paints it. And that is going to do it. What a game. Marco Garcia getting player of the game from me at least. Getting into that jam and then closing things out. Fantastic, fantastic arm out of that bullpen. Similar situation here. Alex Hardesty, the other starter that we have in the bullpen later on in the month, taking on the Dodgers again. And not exactly a jam that Garcia was in, but still a situation where he's going to have to make some pitches to keep this game close. Gets Mookie Betts to fly out. Miguel Vargas with 2 outs is going to whiff on the heat. And Hardesty gets a big strikeout here. And that will do it for the 8th inning. He does not allow that lead runner to score. 12 hits by the Dodgers. Just 4 from us, and we're leading. And look at that. Hardesty, big emotion from him. Son Rafaela turns on that changeup and drops it down and skips up over the wall. Nick Frasso, the Dodgers version of Garcia or Hardesty, a starter that they think can probably be in their rotation, but just not enough spots, so he's in the bullpen for right now. And it's going to be Max Wagner coming up and making opening day roster with Sterling Thompson out of the mix with his injury. So that is going to do it here. Roger Calderon, 2 of 3 in save opportunities, has given up a few runs here in 4 innings of work, but that's all right. Gets a strikeout on Shohei Ohtani. I'll take that any day of the week, even with the numbers he has been putting up. Again, a guy we got from the Angels in a Jordan Beck swap. Next batter is James Outman. He'll pop it up, and over there is Tovar to put it away. Another out for the Dodgers. And bottom 9, 0-2 counts, and Vierling will swing and miss. And a big part about this game, James Mora's first win. So congratulations to Big Jim. He gets his first win, and we pull another close victory against the Dodgers and just continue to further ourselves from them, which is awesome to see. Hardesty doing the big bulk of the work there out of the bullpen. Skip ahead to this game, and Bud Leonard going for the complete game shutout. He has been absolutely electric in this game. They're double-digit strikeouts already, facing off against a very good Chicago Cubs team. Spencer Torkelson, the Tigers gave up on him on big torque, and it was the Cubs who decided to not take a flyer on the guy. They gave up some decent pieces to get him, but they figured that the change of scenery would help, and oh, has it. He has been one of the top hitters in the National League the last few years, and he gets on to start things off as Leonard, 100th pitch, or a little bit over 100 pitches now, goes into right field. It'll be a long single. Chris Morel, he always has some big power, and he tees off on that two-seamer. Does go foul, however. Runner on first is Torque. We have a nice cushion. And Bud Leonard has been awesome. Last year, I think you can make an argument he was one of our best pitchers. I wouldn't say he was our best guy, but he was very, very, very solid for us. As a first-year guy, just solid fourth guy on the rotation numbers, but you'll take that out of a rookie especially. Matt Mervis up next, excuse me. A guy for the Cubs they thought was going to be the long-term first baseman. They decided to switch over to Torkelson, and that's fine. If you have a chance to go get someone, you go get him. Leonard strikes him out. His 12th strikeout of the day. Again, like I said, he's been absolutely lights out all evening. Gives Cody Bellinger a first pitch changeup on the outside for strike one. Goes a little bit farther outside, no chase with a two-seamer. Ball one. 1-1 count, runner on first base. Bellinger lost. Four-seamer ties him up. They're going to go high and inside, and Bellinger swings under the fastball at 94. 13 strikeouts for Bud Leonard in his complete game shutout. It was absolutely fantastic. Stephen Kwan in the game now for the Rockies. He flies out. We're taking on the Diamondbacks of Arizona, the number one team in our division. And the winner of this game, and we're towards the end of April now, winner of this game takes first place. Also of note, Sterling Thompson has returned, and we have sent Max Wagner back down and show it, but that's something that happened, but something that we knew was going to happen. I said from the onset once what's-his-face comes back, Thompson comes back, it's bye-bye time for Wagner. Urget struggling here, gives up a single, and then walks the next batters. Now, they're going to add some speed to the base pass, and Alex Hardesty is going to come in. Has not allowed an earned run through 7 innings. Guys have 2 holds. And this one popped up just past Amador. The throw from Veen comes into third base, pulls Thompson off the bag, who's playing today. And bases are loaded, no outs. This is a tough situation for the Rockies. Gabby Moreno, BABIP King. Just like that, Ketel Marte, one of the scariest hitters on the team. Popped it up. Chisholm racing back under it. Needs a very strong throw, and it's going to be cut off in time. Diamondbacks take the win, take first place of the division. But this is a great test for us. Second in the division right now. Arizona ahead of us, but we're through the first month, and it's easily our first month that we've ever had. And now we're going to try to keep the good times rolling as we have a complete game here against the Chicago Cubs. 12-12 record for us. We've come back down to earth a little bit. But the Cubs, probably the best team in the league right now. Just 5 losses as we take them on in the friendly confines of Wrigley Field. Got Shota Imanaga, a Japanese free agent signing from a few seasons ago. Not the best of starts this year, walking more guys than he is striking out, which resulted in a 5.21 ERA and a whip about 1.74. And Ezequiel Tovar tries to start things off and just misses the foul pole. Again, he is an incredible hitter against lefties. Will ground out to Dansby Swanson and be 2 down in the inning for Shota Imanaga. And was that a decent career here with Chicago? Nolan Jones skies out to center field, and putting it away is Pete Crow Armstrong. So that will do it PCA will lead things off here in the bottom of the inning, or the second in the bottom of the inning. And we will head to that bottom of the first, and we'll check out the starting pitcher on our side in just a moment. There's the moment. Chase Dollander, not having a great start. Didn't have a great season last year. Was kind of sent down for a period of time there, but is trying to really keep his spot in the rotation. We have him signed for a long-term deal, but I'm not afraid to shed that, especially if things like these continues to happen off the foul pole, the one that eluded Tovar, but the Chicago shortstop, which good against left, it's really good against lefties, even though this is a righty. He goes yard to start things off. Leadoff home run for the Cubbies, and their 18-5 record. They're starting off in a good place to extend that. Owen Cassidy grounds this one up the middle, and former top prospect turned to a pretty solid player, and is going to beat the infield back into center field with a base knock. Brings up Matt Mervis playing for Torkelson, who we, I believe, get to avoid Torkelson today as he flies out to Chisholm. Dansby Swanson gets things started trying to go for an MVP. And he's definitely an MVP caliber player. Great signing for Chicago, by the way. It's been awesome for them. Shota Imanaga is going to strike out Jazz Chisholm for the second out of the inning. Runner on first base. And take a look at this at bat. 4-seamer low, 2-seamer high, and then slider just gets over the top of Chisholm's bat. Amador in the 7th spot of the lineup. Going to dump this one into the earth, and that will go. They'll go the short way. Dansby Swanson, for some reason, it's not Michael Chen at second base. They have the best second base prospect, probably the best prospect in the game in AAA because of Ji-Hwan Bae. And Ezekiel Tovar says, hey, Swanson, there's that home run I was looking for. This time it's 2 runs instead of 1. So we have a shortstop battle here in Wrigley. Our shortstop one-upping their shortstop, and Tovar finally getting that home run he thought he had against Imanaga earlier. This one wraps around the foul pole on a windy Chicago evening. Nolan Jones flies out to left field, and Tovar gets us on the board and gives us the lead 2-1. Rockies take the lead over Chicago. Top 4 now. Fernandez thought he had first base. He's actually going to go grab a seat. Strike 3 called. Next batter, Domine, misses. He swings the bat well against lefties. Not in this instance. 2 outs, and that will do it for the inning. Dollander comes back, gets a strikeout of his own against Matt Mervis as the offense has really settled in. The pitching doing most of the heavy lifting for the team since those 2 home runs. Runner on first base. Dollander's going to do it himself. Bellinger grounds out. Dollander, Tovar, Domine end things here in the 4th. 2-1 the score, as the Rockies get a much-needed twin killing to get themselves out of this inning. 3 hits given up on the day, but just 1 run. And that was the first batter of the inning, so Dollander settling in. Tovar back for more. He's actually going to get hit right on the hip. Loads the bases for Nolan Jones. Perfect opportunity to bust this thing open. Hitting just .241 on the season. Hasn't quite had the best of years offensively. He was on the shelf for most of last year, towards the end especially. Gets an absolute piece of this fastball, but unfortunately right at Cody Bellinger in right field. Absolute laser beam. Just bad luck. I guess definitely had to have an expected batting average of over 800, I would assume. Torrens gets the Fernandez treatment. He thought he had ball 4. Actually, here is strike 3, sir. And Torres was probably right. Might have clipped the zone. Yeah, we'll say that. We clipped the zone. Sit down, motherfucker. You're out. Ji-Hwan Bae taking at bats from Michael Chen, unfortunately. Swings over the top of that one. Watch this pitch. Just rides it low and just behind it. Swanson grounds it off the bag. Domine, a valiant effort on the dive. Great job playing that little short jut out by Veen. An underrated play there to keep both Swanson at first base and the runner on third base. So keeps this game at bay at 2-1. And Dollander, next batter, Crow Armstrong, I guess doesn't matter. This one into the center field. And that will be a tie ball game. PCA coming through. Former Mets top prospect got traded to the Cubs for Javier Baez. And the Cubs are going to love the hell out of that trade. I guess we are seeing Torkelson today, but good thing for us, we're only going to see him ground out. As Pete Crow Armstrong ties this one up. 2-2. Cubs won't go down without a fight. 6th inning coming up. New pitcher's going to be Chris Clark, so no more Imanaga. 1.04 ERA through 7 games, a bulk innings guy. Jazz Chisholm, glad he doesn't have to face the lefty no more. Laser beam into the bleachers. Watch out, everybody. Missile coming your way. Chisholm is 9th already on the season. He's been hitting absolute nukes for us this year. And he has had a hot April yet again. A hot starter. This one barely got 40 feet off the ground. Absolutely tattooed. Gives Dollander and company the lead again. Domine this time will dive for it. This time he will stop it. Flips the ball over to first base, but unfortunately got hit in the shin bone. So I don't know if that was the ball hit him there or if there was a rock or something, but he's going to have to be taken out of this game. We're going to put Thompson at third base, move Nolan Jones over to first base as the corresponding moves. Quan able to get it at the shoestrings and keep things at bay. So we are through now 6 here, but no Domine. Chris Clark still out there. He's going to get the swing and miss on Tovar, and this will end the inning. Torrens gets the drop third strike and tosses it over to first base for the final out of the inning. 3-2. Still Rockies hold the lead. Bottom 7 now as Riley Pint in there. Ji-Hwan Bae is going to get a hit off him. 2 runners on, 1 in scoring position for the Cubs. Bottom of the 7th trying to break this one and give themselves the lead. Amador thought he caught in the air. I guess not. So he'll only get the one. It looks like everyone was confused. They went to replay. It showed that he did catch it off a short bounce. So good thing for Swanson to keep running when he saw the umpire didn't make a call. Does not matter, however, as PCA 100 right by him. And I'll keep this one at a 3-2 game. Riley Pint, drafted as a starter, wasn't good enough, but has been fantastic for us out of the bullpen these last few years. He's been sensational. When Cassie lays into this one, lefty crime over the netting. The ivy just starting to grow. Cassie gets his 3rd home run, ties things up. It is 3-3 in the late innings. And Gabe Spire not doing a good job keeping this one with the Rockies. And a tie ball game. Bellinger cracked off the bat. Dean tracks it down. So in Casey, he's doing God's work. 3 runs. The 3rd one coming off of his bat. We head to the 9th. Teams tied 3 apiece. Top 9, Amador is going to swing on this one. Drops it right in front of that Nike sign out there in right center. And will stand on second base. Double for Amador, his 5th of the young season. And puts a runner in scoring position for Colorado as they try to bust this one open. Chris Clark still out there. Will get the final out he needs. Now the Cubs are in position to win this one late, as Romo couldn't get the job done. We're going to bring in Bo Brisky again. 7 innings pitched, 7 appearances, 2.45 ERA, a sub 200 batting average on both sides of the plate for him. Moncada first pitch swinging. This one hits off the bag. The second time we've seen a ball get hit off the bag today. Jazz doing a good job backing up. Keeps Moncada at first base, but some wacky shenanigans happening here at Wrigley. Gets a runner on first base. I think it would have been a single either way. Going to drop the bunt. Jones again playing first base. Has the arm strength to just whip it over to second base. The usual first baseman probably doesn't have the arm strength to do that. I know Domine wouldn't have. So the one instance where having a big arm at first base does the trick. Tovar gets taken out, but still completes the play. G1 Bay strikes out again. Bo Brisky blows it by him at 97 miles per hour. And Swanson under this one. Jazz will track it down, and that will do it for the 9th. We're heading to extras. Which team wants it more? You're going to have to wait to find out. It is Kwan, Tovar, Jones. Top of the order for the Rockies with a runner in scoring position to start. Stephen Kwan likes the sound of that. First pitch he sees, right center field. Splits the outfielders. Scoring is the runner. Kwan, second base, trades places, and that's your usual probably one run you're going to get in extra innings. They need one more to make this one a real competitive game now. Stephen Kwan, just a great piece of hitting. Saw that hanging curveball and deposited it in a right center field. Brings up Ezequiel Tovar, one of the better players in the league at hitting with runners on base, and he proves it here. Tovar, past PCA, how good a fielder he is. He can't track that one down, and they'll swap spaces. So 2 runs have scored, and we have not even gotten it out yet. Back-to-back doubles for the 2 guys to bat so far in the inning, as we are in the driver's seat to win this one potentially. Runners on the corners. Fernandez, deep left field. This one's carrying, and this one's gone. Big 10th inning for the Rockies. They add 5. It's 8-3. Colorado taking the lead. Young Keel goes opposite field on Keegan Thompson. And this one, body blow, knockout punch. Ben Brown coming in, third pitcher of the inning. Jazz Chisholm wasn't done, though. He wants his second. No, he was done. Never mind. He was done. That's it. Can't hit that one out. Thought it was going to be 9-3. Oh, well. Fouls that one off. It's a 2-2 count. Ben Brown trying to get out of this one. Jazz won't have 2 home runs today. Fucking psych. Yeah, he will. Off the scoreboard or just below it. Jazz Chisholm, how good has he been? Absolutely fucking got him. Thought he didn't have a home run. Damn right he does. He evens that one out. 2 home runs on the day after Imanaga went out of the game. Jazz Chisholm turned the fuck up. I love this team. Hey, I made this team. Kwan can't get his second RBI base hit of the inning, but that's all right. 6 runs should be enough. If it's not, we have some real concerns on our hands. Hardesty is going to get the ground ball to Jones. Flips to Tovar. Back to Hardesty. That's going to do it. Rockies win. Yes, sir. Another great extra inning late game performance by this Rockies team. You love to see it. This team has something special, man. It's different out here this year. And I truthfully mean that. This is a very, very good team, and I cannot wait to see it. Hopefully in October. Is it too early to dream? Multiple hits by multiple players, culminating in a 14-hit day for us. Tovar, Young Keel, and then Jazz's 2 home runs constitute the long balls for us. Dollars are solid. Bullpen had its pretty good moments, and that's it. Offense for Chicago only mustered up 4 runs on 12 hits. Swanson and Casey left the yard, and Spencer Torkelson and Precrow Armstrong got some runs in as well, and every pitcher that came in the game allowed an earned run. Marco Garcia in the game, a similar situation to the Tampa Bay situation we saw earlier. We'll get a fly out and keep everyone where they're at. So big pitch by Marco Garcia. And now it is Marcus Semien going to blow by him. And Garcia doing really, really well out of the bullpen. We win this game. We finish April over 500 guaranteed. The last day of our season set at 14-14. Garcia fired up. He's been awesome out of the bullpen. Obviously, the long-term projection for him is starter. And he will be given every single chance he can to be a starter in this rotation. But right now, if this is how he's pitching like, we'll let it roll like that. Jazz going to let that one go. Pitch over the top of the zone. He's going to get on. Phil Maton is in for the Rangers. Yanquiel Fernandez trying to add on here. Jazz thinks about heading to second base. He'll take it easily. And you have a runner in scoring position now for Yanquiel and company. Trill's trying to add on. This is a good Rangers team. Up the middle. This is going to get by everybody. Rounding first base and heading home is Jazz. And it's going to be 7-5. Some insurance for Colorado. Yanquiel is doing a very solid job with the bat. Has all season and will continue to do so. Fast forward, Evan Carter. You're our last hope. Evan Carter, go grab a fucking seat, pal. Roger Calderon closed it out. Bud Leonard gets the win for the Rockies. Another solid performance, and we finish April over 500. I think the first time we've been over 500 this far into a season in 5+ seasons. So that's what I like to see. Had our ups, had our downs in this first month, but overall a pretty solid start to our season. We're 15-14 record to so far through 29 games. We are second in the West right now, and we do currently hold a wild card spot. Checking in on some of our guys individually. Stephen Kwan and Zach Veen have been awesome, especially Zach Veen coming out of nowhere. Both guys hitting over 340 this year. Jazz is an early MVP favorite, 11 home runs, 26 RBI so far. He's been absolutely killing it. Killing it, I say. Killing it. Killing it. Tovar Jones and Domine have been struggling with the bat, but we believe all three of those guys will pick it back up at some point. Rotation is steady. No one wowing, but no one dying either. Leonard has been the best of the group so far. We have 5 guys, bullpen guys, with under a 2.5 ERA. 4 guys with a sub-2, and Jimmy Herget, the only guy struggling. So far, a complete team effort, a complete team as we've seen. And this is going to be a very, very, very fun year, I believe. A fun April comes to a close. We'll see you next time with the Colorado Rockies. This team acting a little bit different.